the next little video we're going to talk about is the concept of genetic drift. So what does it mean to drift? We think about just drifting along in a river. We aren't kind of actively pushing ourselves in any direction. So this is just a natural kind of drift of alleles or genes within a population. So now we're back on our dot point. We're going to talk about genetic drift. So there are random events that can happen, mutations, fires, accidents, small things that can change the allele frequency of a population over time. And these occur completely via chance. And it's that kind of genetic drift. So we should be we're still on page 8. And we're going to run through a simulation in a second. Now, genetic drift has a more kind of drastic or profound effect if you're in a small population. So I'm just going to pause and I'm going to bring up the simulation to run through with you. Okay, so here's the web page. You can run through the simulation yourself. And I might give you some time to do this one in class as well. So you're going to visualize what it means to do genetic drift. And let's just have a look. So we're going to go beginning the activity here. So in the example, these are called driftworms, and they have variation in their color gene. And this is the DNA sequence. So you can see in their DNA sequences that there are mutations, there are differences between them. And as a result, that gives them a different genotype, a different allele, and that will give them a different phenotype. So you can see there's a pink worm, a blue worm, a green worm, a navy worm or a purple worm, and navy it says, sorry, and a yellow worm. They're different because they have different genotypes, they have different alleles. So having a look, we're going to see whether or not the model changes with time. So let's just go have a look at the different models. There's a whole bunch of stuff to read here, but I'm going to run forward and have a look at the simulation. So the simulation asks us to put in a population of 5, and it says we're going to run 20 generations. So it's just going to be randomly, what is the act? So we're going to start with 5 different types of worms, and we're going to see what happens over time. So you can see in generation 0, we started with 5 worms. They were all the different colors. In the second generation, for generation 1, you can see automatically just by chance, the navy allele is gone and you've got 2 green alleles. Then the next generation, that happened again. We got rid of one of the greens and now we've got 2 yellows. The following generation, something randomly happened. Now I'm just going to show you, I'm going to press that again. And you can see no matter how many times I press this, we're going to get a different outcome each time. And that's because there aren't any selection pressures acting upon these genes or upon these phenotypes. It's simply random chance. So in this case, you can actually see right up to the end, we didn't get fixed alleles at all. So what do we mean by a fixed allele? A fixed allele is one that doesn't change. I remember I spoke about this right at the beginning. So let's see if we can get another one. So here you can see at generation 5 that we got fixing at approximately generation 5. So let's have a look at the next one. So it says at population of 5. Now I'm going to jump ahead. All right, let's try a population of 10 and see what we can get. So it seems to be taking, and I'm just going to play it again. So I'm seeing 8. I'm seeing fixation at 9. I'm seeing fixation at 12. I'm seeing fixation, not even at all. I'm seeing fixation at 8. I'm seeing fixation at 12, so on and so forth. Let's just go back to 5. So that was somewhere between 8 to 12 that we were getting fixation. With this one, it went to 15. That one, it went to 11. This one, it went at 8, 11, 5, 2. Yeah, so you can see it's quite varied, but in general, the larger the population, the longer it takes to get fixation. So let's have a look. Going to run a bigger population. Let's run a population of 20 and see how we go. Oh, we can only go to 10. That's helpful, isn't it? So let's have a look at population size of 2 and how long it takes for fixation. So I can keep pressing this. You can see it's not going to take very long. So the point of this simulation, and what I want to show you, I'm going to go to 4, is that fixation takes longer the larger your population is. So you can see that fixation is occurring because it's when all the colors go the same. But the larger I make that population, the longer the fixation generally takes. Yeah. Sometimes you end up with fixation, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you end up with multiple alleles hanging on until later on. And so that's the point of that kind of simulation. And we'll see how we're going for time and whether or not I give you that as an activity for you to do as well.